and
Destiny is
tone
secretly
police on
behind
it.
this? Is this what you're crying about right now? Is this why you keep saying random shit?
Does it sound like I'm
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, it
crying to
does.
you?
You just said, yeah, it does. You're talking about stuff that doesn't matter, and
Brother,
you're trying to shift the
you
goalposts away from the
said
criticism, which is your poor reporting.
all right. On that note, here is the Willie Mac Show. What's up, Willie Mac Show?
Hey, what's up, Hasan?
Not much. So I am not very familiar with what you do, but I believe you've done a couple videos about how dog shit I am, I think, right? You want to turn on your camera, by the way?
I mean, I'm recording. I don't think I can at the same time.
Okay. All right. Well, that's unfortunate, but all right. So did
you watch the videos?
No, of course not. I have a policy of not really watching videos such as that one, specifically because it will frustrate me, and then I will have to respond to it.
You want to debate about a video you didn't even watch?
Why? Yeah, of course. You made the video. I'm not like debating a random person about a video I didn't watch. You made the fucking video, so let's hear.
I know, but that kind of like
that
kind of links up to like my big criticism with you. Is that you don't actually put in the bare minimum effort to research anything before you jump to conclusions. That's why your tweet when you're like, "Hey, I want to debate Willie."
Do you really consider me watching a fucking dumbass YouTube video from a drama farming channel to be doing research? I don't need to do research
this is what you're
on a video.
About. You're going into a topic you don't know anything about.
Brother, just give me what you want to say. Give me what you want to say. The video's about me, isn't it?
Yeah,
so talk to me about what the fucking points of the video are, and let's discuss it. The fuck do you mean?
My main criticism.
Why would I have to research a video about myself? Like, oh man, I can't believe I have to watch.
I have no doubt you didn't.
I have to watch a fucking dumbass talk shit for 25 minutes and jerk off like all the fucking talking points that I've heard about myself over and over again. Incredibly stupid. Give me the fucking takes and we'll talk about it. Okay, go on.
Yeah. My take is that you have a pattern of behavior where breaking news happens. You jump to wild conclusions, talking way too confidently.
Okay, give me an example.
Who disagrees with
example.
You.
Give me an example.
All right,
are you going to talk about?
Okay. There was reports that Ukraine was going to be invaded by Russia. You confidently said no, it wasn't, despite all the reports. Then Russia invades, and then instead of apologizing and correcting the story, you then
I didn't apologize and correct the story.
You justify the invasion.
Wait,
right?
I didn't apologize and correct the story.
Let me finish my.
Wait, hold on.
No, this is important. This is the pattern of behavior.
Because you said you. Wait. Hold on. You're the one who doesn't do his research because I did apologize and I did correct the record. You just didn't fucking see it.
You kind of walked it back too.
Wait, no. I very clearly apologized for it. You didn't see that because all you do is look at fucking clip chips.
It's in the video. It's in one of my videos.
So why did you just now bring it up as though I've never apologized?
Oh, this is so like Hasan. And then the worst part is when people call you out.
Why did you just bring that up as I never apologized?
It's all out of context.
Why did you just say I never apologized for it when I did?
Right? You claim that's all out of context.
Why did you say I never apologized? Why did you just say I never apologized?
Justify more. You then make more outrageous claims.
I'm sorry. Why did you say I never apologized if I did and you just repeated after I said no, I did apologize. You moved the goalpost. You moved the goalpost and you tried to fucking act like I was just backtracking.
I didn't move the goalpost, dude. This is exactly my criticism.
You did. Stop saying this is exactly my criticism. Okay, but then your criticism is
fucking
stupid.
Your apology is in there.
Okay,
you just didn't watch it, so you're just making shit up right now. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm going off of what you're saying.
Because you didn't watch the video, because you don't research anything, which is the whole criticism.
Why would I watch a fucking stupid video that you made when I'm talking to you because the video is about me? You said with your words that I didn't actually apologize.
You're saying I did with your words that I did. Is this what you're going to do? You're going to talk over me when I'm giving you the answer? No. I'm giving you a very straightforward answer. I did do that.
Okay.
I did cover your apology.
So you said I did apologize, but it wasn't good enough for you. Is that what you're saying?
And I showed you apologizing for making your completely, fairly baseless claims, jumping to conclusions, and then you followed that up by making more baseless claims, jumping to conclusions.
Okay. Go on. What are the baseless claims that I made that I jumped to conclusions on, even though you originally said I said that Russia would never invade Ukraine, which is true. I did say that because I did think that it would be an unimaginably stupid decision for Russia, okay, which I claimed would be impossible to occupy Ukraine, a country with 44 million people whose entire national independence movement has revolved around literally trying to escape from Russia for the most part, regardless of the Russian-speaking population in the Eastern Front. Okay. Having said that, however,
this has nothing to do with what I said, though. This is all just random nonsense.
Yeah, because you're a fucking scumlord drama farmer. Of course it doesn't have anything to do with anything. Because the specifics don't matter to you.
The specifics do matter.
Well, if they do, then when I describe...
All right, here, I got another one. Let's do this one, too.
There's an entire YouTube video called I Was Wrong About Ukraine. Like, there's literally...
and in that same video, you make more claims about...
Like what?
If I remember, I mean, this is a year ago.
Go ahead.
Video.
Go ahead.
I'm guessing
like what?
You didn't watch that either.
Like what? Of course I didn't watch it.
So
why would I watch a fucking
stream?
drama farmer who has no understanding of geopolitical conflict?
You're the one who asked for this debate, and now you're all confused and butthurt that you're getting fucked up in it. Like, I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry. You fucking brainlet. Give me what the fucking inconsistency was. You made the video. You made the video. Give me the inconsistency or what you consider to be false information. Are you having a hard time without a script or without people fucking feeding you clips that you can post?
Pretty good, bro. Nobody's fed me anything.
Dude,
I got all the clips.
You're killing it, dog. Come on, go ahead. What's the second point? What is the lie that I told about Ukraine?
It's not a lie. It's just you made more claims. You made more basis.
Like what?
Claims.
What is the claim?
I gotta go pull it up in the video because you didn't.
You didn't prepare for your own fucking. You didn't prepare where you were literally coming on here to talk about not Israel Palestine, mind you, but about Ukraine, and you didn't even fucking prepare with talking points.
I'll talk
really?
to you about Israel Palestine. That'll be the next point. It's you doing the same thing again. Well, dude, how do you impromptu ask me to a debate this minute? If I had a day to prepare, I would have everything, but you didn't. You just completely you blew this whole
thing up. It's your video about me. This should be so simple for you to be like, this is where you lied. Just say it. We already established that the first thing you did was wrong.
All right, you got to give me a minute.
Okay. Are you trying to link me your video? I'm not going to watch your video. Just say it with your mouth, with your words. Go ahead.
I have to watch my video to see what my receipt is because this is a year old. Right? I didn't know where this
You don't even know your own video? You don't know the contents of your own fucking video?
I made it a year ago, bro.
You think you're doing a good job right now? Do you think you're doing a good job right now defending your position? Like it's such a profound position.
You're doing
it's such a profound position that you don't even fucking remember your own talking points? Oh my lord.
Dude, I'm trying to find your talking point.
I'm trying to find
your talking point.
I know. My talking points that you claim are wrong should be, in the chamber for you to fire off. You came on here because you thought, let's have a conversation about these fucking videos that I've made.
Do instantly right now, right when I was out.
Stop complaining. Give me the talking points. Come on.
Now,
stop.
Shift the goalpost around.
Stop complaining. Tell me what it was. Stop bitching. Tell me what it fucking was. You started the conversation by talking about Ukraine. Why did you bring up Ukraine if you weren't fucking ready to talk about it? Your first point that you brought up was that I never apologized for it. I debunked it within fucking seconds.
Listed out and all the receipts right here, but you said get on now, Willie No Show.
Okay, go ahead. Come on, Willie No Show. Come on. What's the second talking point?
Yelling in my ear while I'm pulling up the receipt.
Willie No Show. Give me the second talking point. If you're not this fucking passionate about the subject, then you're basically admitting that you're a fucking bottom-feeding drama farmer who has no interest in.
Like you're just gonna look retarded because I'm gonna pull it up when I make my video.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Stop fucking complaining about it after the fact. Go ahead. I'm here. All right now. If you are genuinely interested in truth and research or whatever, you have this wonderful opportunity. You have this wonderful opportunity to ask me personally.
To pull it up. I'm trying to listen, but I'm hearing you twice. Once from my video and once from you just bitching in my ear.
Oh my god!
So you gotta wait. Yeah, that's how research
works. This is the greatest brain power we got, folks.
You want me to just move on from this?
All right, I'm muting myself. Go ahead, watch your video, and then you can come back. Okay. Holy moly, dude! Jesus, Lord mercy! I muted myself. He can't hear me, so we can find his own talking points in his own fucking videos. Jesus Christ, dude.
I didn't even get to any of my moderator questions.
I know. Every time Felix is here, we got to do a fucking... We have to have the conversations like this. It just has to happen.
I have a
I love that he's like, I don't remember my talking points. I have to watch my own YouTube video.
Well, I was going to suggest like a new topic. I was gonna like, you know, if you don't want to watch the video, like Wall talking to him, and he doesn't have the Google Doc. I was actually gonna ask a series of questions about Amy Schumer.
Oh, no, Amy Schumer. We can't do that.
My questions are fine. They're like no one in the world would think they're bad. They're not.
All right,
bad.
I got it.
All right, he's got it. All right, let's hear it.
I got it.
All right. Thank you,
Yeah,
Willie
your
Mac No
claim
Show.
was you said people. You said let me watch this one more time.
Bro,
It was in your video. I was wrong about Ukraine.
mm-hmm.
And you said people are acting like Kiev's getting bombed, like that would never happen, and then it's literally did happen.
Okay.
So it's you just again making more you're making your apology video about being wrong and making baseless claims that you know nothing about.
This is your take.
Wrong. It's a pattern of behavior.
This is your take from February 22nd, 2022.
Yeah.
Another thing that I was
again. You've done it since then.
I've done it since then. People are acting like Kiev's getting bombed. It did happen. You're right about that.
Did,
do you think that I didn't cover? Wait, hold on. Do you think that I didn't cover Kiev getting bombed? Like I hid that or something?
No, you did, but it's your accusation saying it doesn't, saying it won't happen. There's no way it'll happen.
Yeah. Do you think that bombing Kiev specifically, it was what Russia did? Do you think that was a good thing for Russia to do?
I didn't say.
Do you think that it was a
thing.
Do you have any genuine
you
opinions?
Don't think it was a good thing.
Do you have any genuine opinions about?
Yeah, my opinion
Russia's
is that was
involvement
bad.
in the Ukraine?
My opinion on that is that you shouldn't be talking about shit.
Brother, hold up. We're having a conversation about Ukraine and Russia. We're having a conversation about Ukraine and Russia, and I'm asking you a specific question. I'm asking you a specific question.
My conversation's about you because my videos are about you and your pattern of behavior and your poor reporting, and now you're trying to shift it all these other ways because you know you can't face the truth.
Russia had not bombed Kiev at the time. That's number one. Number two, of course, as soon as that did happen, I covered it. Of course I did, because that's what I'm doing.
The criticism isn't that you didn't cover it. The criticism is that you're making baseless claims you don't know anything about, talking so confidently, as if you got a whole fucking research team behind you, when you don't. You're talking out your ass. This is the
brother. Do you have a whole research team behind you? Because you're not
me. I actually did research just now, and you could barely be patient enough to sit there and listen through it. You had to go ahead
it's a video. You made a video a year ago about me talking about my opinion on Russia and Ukraine. You personally do not have an opinion on Russia or Ukraine at all. I have taken accountability on I've taken accountability on the things that I've reported wrong.
You should do the research. If I'm not willing to talk
I have taken accountability on the things that I have reported wrong on.
Wars when you can't do the
Willie No Script. Listen to me. I've taken accountability on the things that I have said that are incorrect. Of course, on the editorial perspective, on the editorial side of my coverage, okay, on the editorial side of my coverage, if I make a prediction or a speculation, it can sometimes be wrong. That speculation is always going to be on foundational analysis that is solid.
I got another one too. Hey, I got just more examples.
Do you have an issue with it? Do you have an issue with my analysis of the situation? Because I can't possibly do research on things that haven't happened yet. I can simply speculate.
Just make it up.
And this entire. Do you think when I say, guys, I don't think that Russia will bomb Kiev is actually, in your opinion, like me making up something, or do you think it's speculation?
No, the clip is actually you talking really condescendingly about people who think that could happen. That's the clip.
Okay, but okay. You don't. Yeah, so is this all just tone policing? Is that what it is?
You're talking about.
Is this all? So all of this is just you personally tone policing the way I'm covering the fucking news?
No, it's not tone policing. It's about your.
Do you have any genuine interest or any curiosity in like Russia and Ukraine at all, or is all you do fucking drama farming off of clips? Because over the course of this entire conflict, I've dedicated tens or hundreds of hours into my coverage, and the analysis in and of itself comes from a solid foundation. Now, the predictions might be wrong, and it certainly was, which is something that I took accountability for, even though you said I had not. So here's my question to you.
Didn't. You then just did the same mistake again. You did the same criticism again.
Did you look into, okay, what sources I was looking at and where I was getting this opinion from?
Yeah, there were sources and
beyond just like looking at
looking
at YouTube clips and regurgitating talking points, specifically that you've heard from other like neoliberal commentators and whatsoever. Neoliberal commentators is the same fucking 5 clips that you are going to present here.
You think Destiny is secretly behind this? Is this what you're crying about right now? Is this why you keep saying random shit?
Does it sound like I'm
it does.
You?
You just said, yeah, it does. You're talking about stuff that doesn't matter.
Brother,
you're trying to shift the goalposts away from the criticism, which is your poor reporting. You bring me on to debate, you let me pick the debate topic, and now you won't engage. Okay. It's incredibly frustrating.
I am trying to engage with you. I am trying to engage with you.
I'm trying to engage with you.
I'm trying to engage with you in good faith as best as I possibly can. And all you've done so far is go through your YouTube video to be like, well, you said Kiev wasn't being bombed, and actually it wasn't at the time, but then it got bombed afterwards. Listen, let me finish. Okay, I'm going to mute you if you don't let me finish. Okay?
Go for it.
You said Kiev wasn't being bombed. At the time, it wasn't. Okay? And then you said, okay, well, guess what? Guess what, dude? Your tone was off. Okay, well, my tone was off. You don't like it, but you haven't brought up, I was being condescending. You haven't brought up the actual research or the actual analysis that led to these conclusions. Part of the reason why you haven't done that is because you have no idea what these sources are.
Since you're just talking in circles on this, can I just go to the next one?
I'm not talking in circles on this whatsoever, but go ahead. Let's talk about the next point.
The next one.
But for the record, I am not clairvoyant. I cannot predict the future. I cannot predict the future.
No, I know.
I just want to point that out.
But it's you talking on breaking news, like you know what the fuck's gonna happen, and you don't. You're talking completely out of line. So hold
up.
Can I just go to the next point?
Hold up. My speculation on what may happen, okay, in the future, is not always going to be correct. Everybody understands this.
It's usually wrong, yeah.
It's usually wrong? The only example you brought over...
You said the CIA is why Iran bombed the U.S.
Do you know how many... Do you know how many hours...
Protesters are
do you know how many hours...
Israelis is because it's a psyop to make Palestinians look bad.
Wait, hold on. What base are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about with the Iranian thing. What?
Iran struck a U.S. base. And then you said it's the CIA. No shot. It's the CIA. Complete because you were like, oh, there's a nuclear deal. Why would Iran do that? No way. No shot. 100% confidence. Iran then takes credit for it, and then you cope, mauled, and seethe to your audience.
Wait, I'm so...
I know you don't know because you spew so much bullshit all the time. You can't even remember.
Yeah, perhaps the reason for why you are maybe the reason why I'm confused and the reason why you're a little bit confused on this is because in every single circumstance, that every single thing that you've brought up, there's almost always a correction that comes after the fact. You, on the other hand, do not see the correction, or you, on the other hand, see the 30 second to 2 minute videos, which is enough for you to try and develop a consistent narrative.
This is from your whole live stream, by the way. I'm watching everything in context. This is cope from you saying that this is out of context. It's the same shit Andrew Tate does and the Red Pillars do to me, claiming everything's out of context when it's not. That was your opinion at the time. You said those words. They came out of your own mouth. Go do the research.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something really quickly? Okay. One. This is important for you to comprehend.
I'm sure.
Do you think that over the course of thousands of hours of coverage, okay, of coverage, especially when something is like being immediately brought to my attention, okay, which I don't even know what you're talking about, but
I know.
I don't remember what you're talking about. But over the course of thousands of hours of coverage, when I, for example, read something in the chat and respond to it, okay, do you think that this is like reporting, or do you think that I'm giving like immediate commentary?
Breaking news you cover. This isn't a random chat comment. This is breaking news that's happening.
Okay.
I think what most
understand
people,
that.
you should do what most people do and wait for the story to be out there before you start spurging out, making wild accusations. Here, can I go to the next one?
You need to limit your, TOS worthy takes here. This isn't fucking YouTube or whatever.
What is my what TOS did I break?
You can't use unfortunately, I know, and I used to do this in the past as well. You can't use ableist language, but go on.
Oh, like the R word. I got you. My bad. Yeah. Okay.
I'm glad that you're a fan though.
Well, yeah, I don't. This is your job. I don't want
to
ruin that. So, for instance, like the missile hit the Gaza hospital, both sides blamed each other. That's the breaking news, right? And instead of waiting for more information, you jump to conclusions saying it was 100% Israel. 100%.
Okay.
You were so
good point.
All the chatters.
Good point. Can I ask you a question?
Can I go through the whole thing before you go?
No. Hold on. This is important. This is important. No, we're not jumping. We're talking about this. Okay. We're talking about this specific thing. Finally, now we're talking about Israel and Palestine. When I said that, I didn't just go, oh, I have no other opinion on this matter. I simply think Israel definitely did this because I want Israel to have definitely done this. The reason why I said this, and you do this regularly, okay? When I say something on this stream, okay, oftentimes, especially if it's a developing story.
How do you know I say this stuff?
Especially if it's a developing story, when I say something on an issue that is happening, I look to all of the circumstantial evidence on the matter, and I look to everything else that is going on thus far. Now, we're two adult individuals here. Do you think it is unfair to say Israel blew up the hospital, like Israel bombed the hospital?
I think when there's a claim like that, you wait for information. Right? I mean, there's a million things.
The information is that there was.
Can I respond? There's a million things to criticize the IDF for. That's right out there, right? You know this. I've seen you do it all day on stream. You get them on shit that they 100% deserve. But when there's something like that, and instead of waiting for reports, while the report is literally Israel and Hamas blame each other, right? You don't know what the story is. You don't know who did it or not, and you say 100%. They 100% did it. That's a huge disaster, bro. That's like
at that point. First of all, who do you think blew up the hospital? Like the hospital courtyard, rather. Who do you think bombed the hospital courtyard?
I think most investigations point towards it being either the Islamic Jihad or Hamas, right? It's like a misfired rocket. And then what you did in response to that was, instead of being like, yeah, I think since most of the reports are going this way.
Why do you think it's wait, hold on. Why do you think it's Hamas or Islamic Jihad and a rocket misfire?
Well, that was just what most of the investigations turned out.
So
I know Channel 4 had a different one.
Because you're bringing this up, and this is really important to understand. One, all of the circumstantial
you say that
evidence
every time, but it never is.
Okay, all of the circumstantial evidence at the time, of course, after the 6,000 bombs that Israel had dropped on Gaza, a densely populated open-air prison, the 6,001st bomb, understandably, was going to be an Israeli bomb. To this day, we still do not know whether this was an Islamic Jihad rocket that was misfired or whether or not this was actually an artillery shell that might have hit a fuel tank or even some other kind of munition that Israel may have deployed.
So why did you say it was now, 100% the reason why, Israel and then call everyone genocidal freaks that disagreed with you?
You don't actually watch the content beyond...
You demonize them.
Because... First of all, because they are.
Like you do every time,
because the Israeli government is genocidal. What the fuck are you talking about, you dumb fuck? 4,500 children have been ruthlessly slaughtered. You think that's not genocidal?
Shift the topic again.
Oh, the one hospital might... Wait, Willie, shut the fuck up and listen, dumbass. Do you really think that if one fucking hospital wasn't bombed by Israel and this was a fucking actual misfire, that all of a sudden means that, like... Well, that all of a sudden means that like Israel's not doing ethnic cleansing
right now. You're doing it in real time,
dude. Just fucking answer my question. Do you think that the ethnic cleansing campaign, if you take out the bombing, okay, if you take out the one time that this hospital's bombed, Okay, if you take that out, do you think out of the equation, do you think Israel is all of a sudden not doing ethnic cleansing in Gaza?
No, that's not what I said. This is what you're trying to
I'm
make me
asking
say.
you. I'm asking you. Okay, then
I just said no. And
okay, good.
Dude,
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Okay, so what's your reports?
Okay, got it. No.
Wrong,
got
right?
it.
Look at the reports.
Got it.
And you go ahead and they side with it. You then continue to call them genocidal, even though that's the fact of the info. That's what most of the info says.
When I cover these kinds of stories,
you ignore the news, bro. That's the point. You just like lie and come up with your own
I don't
shit.
ignore the news. You ignore the rest of the fucking coverage, because on the day of the hospital bombing, I personally said, okay, that the highest likelihood of this hospital being bombed is from
Israel. You also
Israel.
said it was 100%.
Just shut the fuck up and listen,
what you did,
okay?
bro.
Shut up and
keep
listen.
Shifting the goalpost. Keep
Listen,
saying more
I'm
shit.
not shifting the fucking goalpost. It's my own coverage.
are.
I'm giving you additional feedback. If you actually genuinely cared about the truth instead of fucking clip chimping and drama farming, you would understand that on that same day, on that same day, over and over again, I said the highest probability of this is that this is an Israeli bombing campaign. Part of the reason why I said that,
You also said that
and
was
I
the
also
highest
mentioned
probability
multiple times
after the investigations.
I also
which
mentioned
the investigations don't agree with you.
I also
still double
mentioned
down on that
multiple
point.
times. I also mentioned multiple times.
We just
that
again
the
ignore what I
reason-
said.
Dude, just listen to what I'm saying.
Well,
I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't correspond. No, it's not irrelevant because you're making a video. You're making a video to massage
right.
a
You
certain
should watch
narrative, to create a certain narrative.
It's a true narrative. It's like
to create a certain
100%
narrative,
right.
and that narrative, when it doesn't
You can't even
correspond to the
disprove it
narrative
right
you're
here
trying to
when I'm
make,
telling it to your face.
when it doesn't correspond to the narrative you're trying to make, you go, oh, it's irrelevant. Of course it's not irrelevant. Do you think that my coverage of this bombing is irrelevant? Why are you fucking making a video about a 30-second sliver of the content if you don't actually...
that you jump to conclusions, and now you're saying, yeah, I did, but like, look, at this 1.8 hours in,
Willie,
after I said it was
Willie,
100%
it's not 8 hours
true,
in.
I
It's not
actually
8
said it
hours
was
in.
mostly
It's not
likely-
8 hours in. It is not 8 hours in. What
It
will
is.
it take for you to go, okay, you know what? I was actually wrong. He actually had a much more even-handed approach to the subject matter.
If
Or
my
have you
take
already
was-
made your
yeah.
preconceived biases
No, it's
and you're
not. It's
simply
like the
looking to
facts.
reinforce
It's
them?
The facts of what happened, and you have yet to disprove it. If my criticism is,
I said on the day of the bombing, Willie,
what have you done to disprove that? You jump
I said
into conclusions.
on the day of the bombing, of the bombing, I said,
yes, like the most hilarious part. Like it's the day this is breaking news, and you jump to the conclusion that's 100%.
You're right. After
Out of your
6,000
mouth.
bombs, the 6,001st bomb, I should have been like, guys, hold on. Let's not
You
talk
just
about
call
this.
everybody genocidal.
Shut the fuck up and
That's
listen.
what you do.
Shut up and listen, dumbass.
Go on.
Listen.
Oh God.
Okay, thank you. Holy fuck. You're just simply proving how bad faith you are and you don't give a shit.
I'm not.
Yes,
You're
I'm covering
not
the fucking
engaging.
news.
You don't engage.
I'm covering the news. In America, when we have like mass shootings and whatnot happening, I have a policy of usually not diving headfirst into that news coverage because it is not the same as the consistent war coverage. The only reason why I usually talk about whatever kind of breaking story is happening, this is not the same for Israel and it's not the same for Ukraine.
Wasn't your stream titled at the day of the shooting?
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Here?
The only thing I cover in situations like that is whatever the mainstream media's whatever mainstream media has reported on. Oftentimes, we just simply look at the live stream of the police force when they are talking about how many victims are there. That's it. Now, having said that, is that the case for Israel? No, it's not. Is that the case for Ukraine? No, it's not. And it wasn't. Okay? And in that circumstance, there are times where, of course, I'm going to get certain things wrong. But this is an 8-hour news coverage. If you look at a 30-second, broadcast,
that's the criticism. It's not 30 seconds. You keep saying that. It's
okay,
not 30
if you look
seconds.
at a 5-minute portion of a fucking
you're fucking
brother, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
By Israel.
On the very
Gaza
same
hospital bombed by Israel. 800 people dead. That was your stream. What did I do to title it that? I didn't do that.
Okay.
I didn't clip that out of context.
Can you please listen to me? 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 Can you please listen to me?
What will I have to show you for you to own up to this criticism?
Okay, because you're not listening to what I'm trying to say. First of all, I never said 800.
What you're saying is irrelevant. You're just going
That's
on
so
about
fucking stupid.
random shit.
Okay, I was literally repeating what the BBC coverage was. Not only that, but also because like I don't have a direct on the ground. I wasn't.
What was did the BBC? Hold on, I might have this wrong. All right, did the BBC say it was 100% Israel when they blamed each other?
The BBC's original assessment, yes, was that it was most likely an Israeli bombing.
Yeah, but they blamed each other in investigations.
No. That was literally the reason why they had to rescind the coverage. That was the reason why they had to rescind the coverage and apologize for it. But also, what you're failing, you didn't do your research. Shut the fuck up. What you're also failing to fucking comprehend here in your dense ass mind is that, once again, and I repeat myself, I said, here is what I will believe. Here is what I will believe. If there's a third-party investigation, given the fact that Israel has lied routinely about the bombing campaign, and specifically had, in that very same morning, the Israeli Air Force said we had no bombing campaigns happening in the region.
Investigations.
We have no bombing. Just listen, okay? We have no bombing campaigns in the region, which was a lie. They were bombing in that region, actually, as a matter of fact. That's number one. Number two, Israel also personally brought forward inconsistent testimony, inconsistent statements as to why this was definitely an Islamic Jihad rocket, okay? And the reason why we're having this conversation and how it's so fucking stupid, okay, it's so insanely idiotic, is because Israel is currently, while we're having this conversation, sieging the main hospital in Gaza. Israel, at that point, had 420 medical incidents, according to the World Health Organization. If you get your fucking news through clips, you are not going to understand why I said what I said, including that unless there is an actual third-party on-the-ground investigation, I will, of course, believe, given the circumstantial evidence mounted, that this is yet another Israeli bomb or some type of Israeli munitions, that I'm going to assume that, yes, Israel blew up this hospital, just like it had blown up the cancer ward at that very same hospital 2 days prior. Did you see that part of the coverage? No, you didn't.
You know what you're doing right now and what you just did? All right. I criticized you for jumping to conclusions, right? Which, by the way, a lot of streamers didn't. A lot of news streamers didn't, right? I would have been down to make videos on them. Some did, but a lot didn't, right?
No, you wouldn't, dumbass. You only do this because it gets you fucking views. You don't give a shit about Israel.
All you did was justify justify why
Israel claimed that the BBC was doing modern blood libel.
This is what you just said. All you did right there was justify why you should be able to report things badly. And then you dismissed it all saying, well, Israel's attacking Gaza right now, so none of it matters if I got it wrong.
Because, of course,
it's fucking embarrassing.
Because the point that you're trying to argue here without actually saying it.
The point is that you should just wait and fucking do a good job reporting. Why are you jumping to conclusions, making concrete statements you know nothing about? That's the same criticism. You haven't disproved that at all.
I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Listen to me.
I'm losing my mind, bro, because it's just
First of all, you're holding me to a fucking higher standard than the fucking BBC, which the Israeli government said was blood libel. For arriving at the same fuck. You know why I didn't apologize? You know why I didn't apologize?
You haven't done that.
You want to know why I didn't apologize? You want to know why I didn't apologize? Do you care?
Why don't you let me talk?
Do you care? Do you want me to tell you why I didn't apologize?
I know why you didn't apologize, because you never do. You always double down or ship the goal.
Wait, I don't apologize? I don't apologize? That's crazy, because you said I never apologized about being wrong about Ukraine, but I did. And you fucking lied and said that, actually, you were just backing away.
I'm very consistent with it.
You're consistently wrong, you dense fuck. Listen.
I haven't. You don't even watch the videos. How would you know if I'm wrong?
Why would I watch your dumbass drama farming videos? You don't give a shit about anything. You don't give a shit about this conflict. You don't give a shit about this beyond it pushing your fucking personal...
You not watching my videos is the same level of reporting that you give Israel and Gaza. It's the same level of reporting that you give Ukraine.
I'm going to be honest with you. If you think...
minimum effort in. And just
you're revealing how stupid you are by claiming that watching a fucking YouTube video is the same as like reading news reports and talking to on-the-ground journalists and forensic analysts.
No, I'm not. I'm saying you won't even do the bare minimum, and you won't even do it for a drama video.
I'm losing my fucking mind. Why would I care about your drama video, dumb fuck?
Yeah, you do. That's why you invited me on.
I invited you on. I invited you on because I thought that you genuinely had a perspective that it was at odds with mine on Israel-Palestine. You said, never mind, it's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about my videos that I've made on you. So now we're stuck having this fucking stupid conversation. When I cover shit like this.
The debate would be about if you just watch the video.
Willie, Willie.
Classic HasanAbi journalism.
All right, I'll ask
On-the-ground
you questions. In your video, do you, I don't know, at any point bring up any of the resources that I'm using, like including the BBC, which you said?
Yeah, I showed the tweet you used. Yeah, I did. I showed the
Which
tweet you used of a missile striking the ground, going, doesn't that look like a JDAM? That actually looks a lot like a JDAM. That's your epic reporting. Those are your epic sources, bro.
Yes. My epic sources. That was the only verified video of the strike at the time. What are you talking about?
Like you're a
Do you know where I got that?
Though. Like you know how to interpret.
Do you know where I got that video from? Do you know where I got that video from?
Where?
The Washington Post. That's where I got that video from.
Yeah, but you don't know how to interpret what that missile is.
That's really interesting you say that, because at the time I was talking at the time. That's really interesting because at the time I was I was talking to open source intelligence people and also forensic analysts. That's what I was doing, and I still do when I'm reporting on this kind of thing, especially when it's outside of my immediate like expertise or whatever. I go to people that are making real-time assessments. One of the things that I'm sure you didn't mention was the geo-confirmed Twitter thread. The geo-confirmed Twitter thread that originally was incredibly viral, pointed to this being...
Does this all exonerate you for jumping to conclusions?
No, dumbass. Over the course of 8 hours, I am parsing through misinformation.
Shifting the topic.
No, I'm not. Things. I'm not shifting. You know We're still talking about this bombing. We're still talking about this bombing.
By the way, hold on. Can we move on? Because this is just circles. You're just
whoa. No, we're not fucking moving on just because you feel like this conversation is completely out of your fucking depth because you only look at clips.
Very basic. The conversation
because you only look at clips.
You jump to conclusions, and then you jump to conclusions, and now you justify why you should be able to do that.
One thing that I do in breaking news stories is to parse through, all of the information that is accumulating online that is going viral. I do this specifically for whenever there's a mass shooter and some fucking psychotic right-wing weirdo will turn around and be like, oh, the mass shooter actually is trans or whatever the fuck, right? Sure. Now, in this circumstance, I can't believe we're still talking about this, by the way, because every single piece of information that Israel, as the official account, has brought forward has been an abject lie.
Hasan, I got a question,
that have been disproven by the very same authorities that you claim are totally on board. Are totally saying like no, it definitely has to be an Islamic Jihad rocket. Every single person I've talked to, from forensic analysts that work at the New York Times, that work at Washington Post, all the way to open source intelligence analysts that I talk to from a broad variety of different ideological backgrounds, the conversations that we had revolved around some of the other open source intelligence community members basically fucking bringing forward incredibly stupid conclusions, like how this massive casualty-inducing rocket that was actually a cause of an intercepted missile that fell on the hospital. Every single point that was brought forward in the immediate aftermath of the hospital was actually completely incorrect. But you didn't make a video about that. You made a video about me. Because if you made a video,
about you, yes, you finally get it.
Stop. Listen. Let me finish. You didn't make a video about geo-confirmed and how viral his fucking thread was. You didn't make a video about how wrong most of the news outlets were for directly reporting what the fuck, what the fuck Israel says as though it's God's honest truth.
I don't report.
They got everything wrong on that subject, but guess what, dude? They got everything wrong, but you didn't. But there was no Willie Mac video on that because why would you make it?
Hold on, did they correct it?
Wait,
did they correct it?
No, they haven't.
They haven't? They've just doubled down on it?
No, I'm talking about all of the fucking false testimony that they brought forward about how Israel, most of these outlets that literally just repeated whatever the fuck Israel said, just went along with it because it goes along with the overarching narrative.
Right, but how come I gotta make a video on them just because I made a video on you? Like,
because you said, wait, hold on. In the beginning of this conversation, you literally said, if someone else had gotten information wrong, I would have done a video on them too. But only you got the information wrong.
If I made a
You did
video
say
on
that.
somebody, if
You
I
did
made
say
a
that.
video on
You said
somebody
that.
else,
You said those
then
exact words.
Let me correct it because that's a ridiculous statement, right?
But you did say that. If you
What
care
I
about
mean-
misinformation, maybe you should, I don't know, make the next video about IDF and all the times that they fucking
But
lied
how-
about every
but
single
look,
bombing campaign.
So you're saying because I made a video on you, I now got to make a video on Israel? Like,
No,
what
you
are
don't have to do
talking about,
anything.
bro?
But you
This
can't
is
also
ridiculous.
maintain the position that you care about the truth and honesty in journalism, like you're a fucking Gamergate holdout, being like, oh, I care about the ethics in video game journalism. That's why we have to dox these fucking female journalists or some shit.
I didn't dox anybody, bro. What are you talking
I
about?
didn't say that. I'm using. Do you know what a fucking analogy is, dumb fuck?
Yeah, hey, I got a question. If I go ahead and let's say like you referenced in that big long rambly rant that lasted like 5 minutes, right? You referenced that you later in the stream got a story right and that I should have talked about that because you covered some things right. Does that mean I can't criticize you for when you're wrong?
No, of course you can.
about?
The entire point is framing something incorrectly. If there's 8 hours of coverage on a particular matter, and throughout that coverage, I'm actually personally talking about how the red line I would draw is on the ground. If there is an on-the-ground investigation where they look at ground soil analysis, one factor of the forensic analysis on whether or not this was a misfire is actually seeing the impact, right? You have to look at the crater. And the crater in and of itself, immediately, once the dust settled and we saw the crater, I said, while I originally looked at the video, can I please explain what's happening here? Or are you just in here to fucking cry? Okay.
Well, it sucks because you're going on about irrelevant stuff.
Okay.
It's not relevant.
If your ultimate statement is that my claims are baseless, then you haven't done your research because none of this is baseless.
To conclusions. You jump to conclusions.
Of course, I jumped to the same conclusions that the BBC did too, and I also said,
but they corrected it. You don't.
No, but you're failing to understand is I, even on the same day, immediately after this, said I might be wrong on this, and if I'm wrong, here is how I will be disproven. Okay, if somehow we end up having an impact crater analysis and soil analysis to see what kind of munitions was used in this process, and it is consistent with an Islamic Jihad rocket because we know what kind of rockets they have, and this most likely, and I said this the day of as well, was a possible batter rocket, the BADR rocket, okay, that Islamic Jihad does have. If that is the case, then the ground soil, yes, chemical testing on the ground would prove that to be true. Hamas also, and I brought this up as well, which I thought was suspicious, could not find anything beyond the impact crater, could not find a possible shrapnel from the missile because the missile doesn't perish. Okay? So what I said is in situations like this, and I showed like an earlier event like this where Israel had lied, okay? In situations like this, usually they will bring forward a piece of the fucking missile, okay? If you're engaging in this, if you're engaging in my content in good faith, you would have seen all of this. I don't just like repeat whatever fucking thing I'm thinking about out of my ass.
You
okay?
do all the time. That's what
That's
the video.
not true because I'm telling you.
Watch the video, dude. Hold on. In the same stream,
I'm telling you where my analysis comes from. Talking to
you reframed this entire thing,
brother. You have literally complained here about one hospital bombing that is still not proven. One hospital bombing that is still not proven to be an Islamic Jihad rocket by saying third-party forensic.
You say 100%, and then everybody who says otherwise, you were calling genocidal.
I still think
that's what you did on stream. That's what you did.
I did do that because they are. If you're defending Israel, you are genocidal.
Right, but if you simply
wait, do you think defending okay, let's talk about that. Do you think defending Israel, Israel's actions,
look how you're doing this now. You're now saying
okay, because you brought up a new point. We're moving on. We're not going to watch your shit ass video. You brought up a new point.
I know, because you don't want the actual truth.
Okay, do you think what Israel is engaging in is ethnic cleansing and ethnic displacement in Gaza right now? You do?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, do you think defending this ethnic cleansing would be defending genocidal acts then in your own assessment?
Yeah.
Okay, so we agree. All right, got it. Thank you.
I know the criticism is your reporting. It's not that, bro.
Yeah, got it. You care more about
I
you
care about
more about
doing a
truth
good
in
job because
journalism.
you
Okay, got it.
dude,
I'm glad we agree on it at least.
When you're
I'm
wrong.
glad we agree on it. I'm glad we agree on it. Okay,
wrong.
move on. Next point.
Are you just gonna should I now bring up the next point?
Well, I don't know what the fucking points are. Go ahead.
Or are you gonna go on more about irrelevant?
And here, by the way, for those for if you don't know, we do have an automatic Fossabot timer usually for breaking news, especially when it comes to mass shootings, which includes the main mass shooting, which you claimed I was covering immediately or whatever.
Yeah, you covered the same day, didn't you?
I don't remember if I did, but if I did, it was specifically just the police. It was probably just whatever the police testimony was at the time. But here is the Fossabot from that day for the record. Get automatically timing out someone who is trying to bring this up.
So
anyway,
your chat's not allowed to talk about it, but you talk about it.
No, chat is talking about it so I can actually talk about it myself. And this was the day after. No, I actually didn't cover the main shooting at all that day, and I barely talked about that the next day, as a matter of fact.
Okay, fair enough then. I haven't watched those streams.
Okay. I don't think you watch a lot of the streams because if you did, you would understand where a lot of my analysis is coming from, and you wouldn't be fucking making erroneous claims like this.
Bro. You kind of do bro politics and just shoot from the hip.
I'm sorry. Okay, okay, got it. What kind of politics do you watch, or what kind of politics do you actually engage with then?
I mean,
I have a style that. Wait, I don't get it. I have a style that you don't like. Okay, the end. That doesn't.
Yeah, but it's you. The style is you being wrong about stuff. The style's about you doing wrong. It's the same criticism. We're just gonna talk in circle again, dude. Do you feel like you radicalize your audience when you get stuff wrong on this sort of reporting?
Explain. I would love to hear what you mean.
So, for instance, you and Ethan on Israel, right? He's 100% seems he sympathizes with the Palestinians, right?
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Comes
on stream, yeah, all that good stuff.
Okay.
But then when he goes ahead and he's saying stuff like, "Dude, your whole chat's calling me racist. Your whole chat's calling me a genocidal freak, right? Are you going to do anything about that?" Mm-hmm. You don't. And the reason why they do that is because you said.
It's really interesting you said that. Do you think
you won't let me finish?
Every single day up until that very moment, every single day up until that very moment, I told my community, if you actually did watch beyond the clips, you would know that every single day, since the Leftovers broadcast, including the immediate aftermath of the Leftovers broadcast, the first time we talked at the Leftovers at the H3Issue studio, I told my community that Ethan is sympathetic to Palestinians and that he is not your enemy. To yell at him in this situation would be fucking fruitless, ridiculous. Plenty of people tried to farm drama.
The reason why your audience does it is because
hold on. You asked me what kind of community cultivation I engage in.
You didn't even know what I was going to ask because you cut me off.
Okay, go ahead.
That's what you fucking did.
Okay, go ahead. I'm being very rude to my guest, by the way, but go on. I'm sorry, Felix.
Am I your guest? Who's your guest? All right, I was just saying, do you feel like you radicalize your audience because your audience calls Ethan racist, even though he's pro-Palestinian, right? And the reason why they do that is because whenever anybody just reports a basic fact, like Israel likely didn't do the Gaza hospital bomb, right? Your response is to freak out and call that chatter genocidal and say that they hate all Arabs. So that's why they do. You feel like you're radicalizing them to do it. I mean, they do it for a reason.
Are you taking? Are you in your own assessment here taking things out of context over the course of an 8-hour broadcast where you think maybe
in context. It's all in context.
No, you don't know the context.
You got to prove to me that
you can look at it because you can look at a fucking banning that is occurring on a stream and not recognize that banning is happening because it might be a sock account. That banning might be happening because someone is bad faith. That banning might be happening because I'm sorry. We're talking about how I cultivate my community and how I moderate my community. How the fuck is telling you how I moderate my community irrelevant? Everything it seems that goes against whatever narrative you want to frame is irrelevant in your opinion. So no wonder you want me to just watch the fucking YouTube video and sit in the goddamn shadows. Everything is irrelevant. You're asking me questions about how I operate. This is supposed to be your research. This is supposed to be your research, isn't it? Are you not supposed to be doing fucking research right now on your subject matter? So what's
Can I
irrelevant?
talk? You're asking, hold on. I just said, are you radicalizing your audience? And then you went on a rant about sock accounts. That's not relevant.
No, because I'm talking about how I cultivate and how I moderate my community. The entire conversation is within the framework of how I moderate my community. And what I told you is you don't have any understanding of why I'm banning who, for what reason. You're just watching in small increments without recognizing
no, it's not small.
that in a
you
political...
want it to be that way. It's not. I have entire streams downloaded. It's your whole stream.
Okay, that
I
still
why
doesn't matter because
that.
you don't know why we make moderation decisions. That's why you were wrong on the fucking shooting in Maine.
That's
why you were wrong on the Maine shooting too, because you can't comprehend what is going on behind the fucking scenes. So why don't you ask me if I'm your subject matter here, which it seems you watch all the fucking streams, instead of making up your own mind about how these streams go.
Just change the subject.
What?
I'm not changing the subject. You radicalize your audience, and Ethan's the example. Why are you going on about banning? Why you ban people and making it sound so complicated?
Do you think I'm radicalizing my community against Ethan when I told you time and time again that I have kept my community in check over and over again?
I have to repeat what I say for a third time because it's very straightforward.
Brother, you ask me questions, I answer. You don't like the answer because it goes against your narrative that you're trying to fucking fulfill. And then you go, it's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant.
I'm answering you about A, and you give me number 3. It's like completely a different fucking thing. I say, Hasan, let's do run? And you go, I swim. It's not fucking relevant.
It is absolutely relevant. It's absolutely relevant.
You go ahead do you not think people.
Do you not think that my moderation is what we're talking about? You literally brought up Ethan.
What we're talking about is you attack people that talk about the facts, right? Like you go ahead and you're like, you're a genocidal freak, blah, 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 blah. Or opinions. It could be facts or opinions, right?
Uh-huh.
When it comes
do you know how many people we ban on a daily basis?
Hearing the question.
Okay, go ahead. Because you're not fucking asking a question. You're just like ranting. Go on. I'm sorry. Give me your...
All right, I'll keep the question short.
Yeah.
When you criticize chatters by calling them genocidal freaks for having opinions that really are pretty nuanced, right? On a subject that is fairly nuanced, right? Why are you surprised, or you shouldn't be surprised that your chatters do that to Ethan? Like you're the one that radicalized them into doing that. They're doing it to Ethan because you do it
if my word is so gold that a chatter is repeating what I'm saying in a moment's notice, then why are they not repeating what I'm saying or hearing what I'm saying, as a matter of fact, when I tell them over and over again every single day since Ethan and I had our leftovers broadcast that Ethan is actually an anti-Zionist, that he's sympathetic to the Palestinian plight.
You ban everybody that links my video. Why don't you ban them for doing that to Ethan?
Wait, what? We literally had Ethan as a blocked word for straight up weeks at a time.
Yeah, but why not fix the problem? The problem is they're calling him racist, not that Ethan's a bad guy.
Wait. I just told you how I personally said time and time again, every single day, whenever a chatter tried to bring it up, whether they were drama farming or whether they were genuinely concerned with something that they misunderstood from Ethan's perspective. And even in that same conversation that I had with Ethan, that I believe that he's a very empathetic person and that I believe that he cares about Palestinian people. As my co-host, I said this time and time again. Okay? Here is the question for you. Beyond that, what other mechanisms of control do you want me to bring forward, or are you just engaging in bad faith? Because I do, and I did. Yes, I did. I told my own moderators, because you don't know this. Again, after Ethan saw
your moderators are the one doing it, by the way. Like your mods are.
Yeah, I went back and looked at what they had said as well. By the way, for the record, I know that you said this.
Okay.
I love that.
Oh, so you did watch my video.
No, I know that. What do you mean? No, I didn't watch your video at all. Why are you getting so fucking excited? I'm saying
you just mentioned something. You said you saw.
Okay, my bad. I misspoke. I apologize. This is something that every single person has brought up in this situation, including Ethan even brought up. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, you got excited. Okay. Anyway.
No, I was pumped because I thought you were a secret Willie Mac fan.
No, I did not watch your video, and I most
my
likely
real
will
on
never
the
watch your
ground
videos.
journalism.
But anyway, listen. First of all, I'm not a journalist. I've never said I'm a journalist. When I talk about
you do reports from the ground, bro. That's what you said.
Wait, when I said I do reports from the ground, where is that from? Do you have a clip? Oh, yeah,
it's before. It's why you said you wouldn't go on Piers Morgan.
Can you send me the clip? Because I think it's probably a miscommunication. Like, I've never said I do on the ground reporting. If I said that, I probably misspoke.
I mean, it's more me being facetious, but if you want to watch it, we can watch it. Let's do it.
So you're admitting that you
Everyone knows
lying and saying that I'm an on the ground reporter.
You just sit in your fucking house. Everybody knows you don't actually report from the ground.
Yeah, which is why I would never say that. So I don't know why.
You did say that though. That's what's funny.
I probably was talking about how I work with on the ground reporters. I don't personally engage in on the ground reporting, so it probably was a moment where I misspoke. I've never said that I do on the ground reporting.
Yeah, I know. No, everyone knows you don't actually do on the ground reporting.
Wait, so why did you bring that up then?
I was just giving you shit.
Wait, so I don't understand. So where is your supposedly quote unquote journalistic integrity in this situation? So it's like,
I mean, it's a video that's also entertaining. So sometimes I just am making fun of you, and other times it is actually a serious allegation.
All right, got it.
I mean, you make jokes on stream. I mean,
yeah, I do, which then you apparently, or if I misspeak, apparently you fucking use it in your commentary as though it's like super serious. So anyway.
I didn't name one example that I did that.
I don't know. I don't watch your videos. So
yeah, so don't make shit up. Here's a classic example.
Don't make shit up. You just said I fucking say I'm reporting on the ground when we both know I didn't.
Exactly right.
And also, on top of that, you literally started the conversation by saying you never apologized for fucking being wrong about Russia invading Ukraine.
You usually double down or shift the goalpost is what you do.
What? That's not true. I literally said
that's just what we talked about for the last hour, bro.
None of this was shifting the goalposts. You just don't like it. That's it. You want me to be wrong. That's it. You don't want you want me to be wrong. That's why you keep saying you shift the goalposts.
The question I asked you was, do you feel like your audience acts that way towards Ethan because you act like that towards everybody else? And you just go on about moderation.
Okay, if my audience is acting that way towards Ethan, okay? But
you feel like it's
my audience, so they're getting their points from me. They're getting their anger from me. So why don't they hear me out when I talk about how Ethan is not someone that you should be yelling at all?
Having a different position has to be genocidal.
Oh, got it. So they don't listen. So they don't listen to one thing. They listen to whatever favors your perspective in this matter, but they don't listen to the other thing when it doesn't favor you. Got it. So you get to pick and choose on what I get to do, or maybe let's be real.
Really
you're completely oblivious to how much I've talked to my own community about not fucking yelling at Ethan and about how he's a good person, how he's an empathetic person, how he's a kind person, and he truly cares about Palestinian people. Maybe that has some.
You were kind of
because it doesn't go along with your narrative. My point is this.
From what I've seen, you were kind of bad faith in your debate with him. It wasn't exactly a very nice debate you had. I can't wait to go watch it. I'm gonna go find out myself.
Okay. Well, have fun watching it. This was the most unproductive. I know,
because you're mad I disagree with you, and you're mad that
No, I'm not. I'm not mad that you disagree with me. Plenty of people disagree with me. I yell at my chat every fucking day, dumbass. There are people who disagree with me that have been in here for 5 fucking years. Shut the fuck up. No, that's not true. There's a difference between disagreements. There's a difference between disagreements and someone who is just trying to cut drama as hard as they fucking can. You don't know anything about Israel or Palestine. You don't give a shit about Israel or Palestine. You're just trying to fucking make money by cutting drama, which you've shown. Which you have shown
kind of conversation is
what you're interested in. You spread a fuck ton of misinformation, and you also literally refuse to hear the additional context behind it. You refuse to hear the additional context behind it, and you just sit there and you say, Hasan, you must not be talking to open source intelligence community people. You must not be talking to actual journalists on the ground or literally actual forensic analysts that are working at Washington Post, New York Times, and the like. You must just simply be making this up. When I tell you, as I am the source matter here, right? I'm the subject matter here. If I'm the subject matter of your commentary, I'm giving you what I do, what my process is. And instead of going, okay, maybe I misunderstood how this works, you've turned around and tried to fucking yell about all this shit. I've tried to show you that the circumstantial evidence presented at the time and still to this day greatly favors that this was most likely another Israeli munition. Okay, I said this, but you don't give a shit because you don't care about the truth. You just care about fucking stirring shit up. It doesn't matter if I say 100%. Okay,
matter,
on the same fucking day, in the immediate moment after that, I have said
the immediate moment after that.
Oh my fucking Lord, dude.
Well,
on the same exact coverage, of the bombing of this hospital, regardless of the actual, regardless of how overwhelming the evidence was that this was yet another Israeli bombing campaign, which, by the way,
there really wasn't that much evidence, dude. All the evidence,
yes, it
everybody
was.
reporting on, all the people reporting on it.
Okay, no. We can't have this conversation then. If you legitimately think that there isn't enough circumstantial evidence that all pointed to Israel literally bombing the same vicinity, Israel bombing the hospital 2 days prior, if you think that is not enough evidence that Israel was bombing the hospital again, including the fucking doctors, including the doctor. Wait, what?
Not 100%. I don't think it's
including
100%.
The fucking 90%. I still think it's 90% that it's Israel. So how about that? You
still think it's 90%.
Oh, so that's the difference. So that's the difference. I didn't say 90%. My bad, brother. Sorry.
No,
next time I'll say, guys, it's 90% Israel.
You still claim it. You still double down and say the exact same thing.
Because of the evidence that I have presented. Every single point of evidence that Israel presented was discredited instantaneously. The only fucking evidence we have is the circumstantial evidence. I said all of these on the same fucking day of the coverage, okay? I said all of the evidence is circumstantial, but of course circumstantial evidence overwhelmingly says that this was yet another Israeli bombing campaign. We looked through the same evidence. We looked at
there wasn't that much.
There wasn't any evidence? There was no evidence.
I mean, there was circumstantial, but you think that's enough to go off of when it's breaking news and they're going to get
Well, it's kind of crazy that you say that because I did mention that it was circumstantial at the time and that it was overwhelmingly. So you do agree with me. Got it.
Dude,
okay, so circumstantial evidence overwhelmingly favors that this is Israel. Got it, which was my commentary on the time. So now we've proven that you fucking found a 2 minute segment, a 2 minute segment on the day of to fucking clip and go, this is what Hasan said. He's clearly in the fucking wrong. He's so stupid.
And catch you in the slide, right? I could just like do it. It's going to be like really, it's going to happen. I mean, what can I do here?
What do you mean?
I'm just going to go watch the broadcast and show you lying.
Okay, go ahead. That's great. Watch the broadcast. You're most likely going to do the exact same thing that you've done thus far,
even know what I did.
Which is over the course of a fucking 8-hour broadcast, you're going to find another fucking moment to be like, see? He read the chat.
How do you
he
know
did
what
this.
I did? You
he
didn't
did that.
Watch it.
There is, over the course of an 8-hour
right now
broadcast.
Is the same thing you always do. I'm just saying.
No,
like this, you're doing it in real time. You're doing it in real time, bro.
Over the course of an 8-hour broadcast, if you look to literally 3 moments, you can find me. You can find
as much as you, dude. That does 8-hour broadcast.
Because no one has the most psychopathic fucking fandom like idiots like you who fucking sit through every minutia to find a clippable moment. To find a clippable moment to be like, he sucks, he's bad. That's the reason, dickhead. All right. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm being rude to my guest. I can't believe I made Felix sit through this. I can't believe I made Felix sit through this. Okay.
Could I ask a question?
Oh, my guest has a question for you.
All right, let's
go ahead.
Don't you think it's weird how like Anne Hathaway like isn't Jewish? I just found that out like last year.
I don't fucking know, bro.
Doesn't she like kind of like look like Jewish? I always thought that. I was like, let's go. That's one of ours. But apparently she isn't. She's like the opposite. Yeah.
Nice. Shalom.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
I was about to say Willie Mac.
I'm just a Midwest
that name isn't in the Bible.
Yeah. All right, take it easy, man.
Felix, do you have any questions for Willie Mac?
That was the question.
That's it?
Yeah.
No,
I just found out about the Anne Hathaway thing like this year.
It's breaking news. I'm sure Hasan's looking to do it.
Willie Mac, thank you so much for your ethics in video game journalism or your ethics in conflict reporting.
Thanks for coping by just saying stuff out of context.
Okay, yeah, you got me, dude. You fucking owe me. Okay, thanks for coping, he says. All right, Jesus Christ. Bro's YouTube channel is nothing but drama farm. Absolute fucking loser. Why'd you have him on here? Because I legitimately thought that I could have a conversation about like the actual sourcing, but it didn't go in that direction at all because that wasn't what he was trying to do. Never put us through that again. I know. This is why it is kind of stupid to just like argue on what my coverage looks like, but instead on actual issues, which we never got to. But you know, we found out that he really, really, really wants me to watch his videos. Apparently,
he didn't even know the Anne Hathaway fact that I knew.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty fucked up.
It's really crazy though. Like I really like my entire life I thought that, even though her last name's Hathaway, but apparently she's like completely descended from like people who were on the Mayflower. It's the one time that I've been wrong about something like that.
Ridiculous. Okay, so his points